Kalau I'm talking to myself, you say, if you don't do this, later you become broke, you become homeless.
Hai semua, selamat kembali dari YouTube channel Bintang Kecil. Okey, hari ni kita kembali lagi dengan podcast kita. Nah, podcast kita ni dah ada nama baru tau. Nama dia OMG. Kalau korang nak tahu maksud OMG tu adalah macam gitu. So hari ni kita ada seorang tetamu istimewa yang orang kata sangat bijak, sangat talented, and memang kalau korang tengok comel. Dan lagi satu abang nak cakap, kita orang ada interest yang sama. Hari ni tetamu istimewa kita adalah Ara Aziz.
Hi.
Hai Ara, selamat datang. Okey. So, kalau semua nak tahu, Ara ni baru je umur belasan tahun tau. Tapi dia dah ambil ujian IGCSE. Kalau korang nak tahu itu ujian apa, nanti Ara akan terangkan. And also, kalau korang nak tahu lagi tentang Ara, korang jangan ke mana-mana. Kita akan dengar apa yang Ara akan cerita pasal diri dia. Okay, kita dah habis intro kita banyak skrip Ara. So, kita macam sekarang ni kita nak santai-santai nak tanya pasal diri Ara lah. Tapi sebelum tu kita nak tanya lah, okay, boleh tak Ara perkenalkan diri Ara kepada kita punya viewers?
Okay, so hi, nama saya Ara Aziz, saya 14 tahun and this is my first time on a podcast. So, a bit nervous tapi I think boleh je kot.
Boleh. So tadi dia yang Abang Noel yang lagi nervous daripada Ara actually. Tapi okay. So macam boleh tak Ara macam share sikit your rutin harian hari ini? Macam tu. Apa yang you buat dari pagi sebelum you datang ke podcast kita hari ni?
So pagi ni memang a bit rushing because we have a full day today. You thought bila habis exam semua, you think you're free? No, still ada banyak kerja. So this morning I woke up, I got ready. Like this, you see, I'm covered in pink. So, and then I came here to this wonderful building.
So, hari ni kalau macam kita tengok Ara pakai pink sebab dia ada satu tema ya hari ni sebenarnya. Tapi yang itu nanti korang sendiri boleh tahulah apa benda yang dia nak buat sekejap lagi nanti Kita tak boleh share kat sini. Rahsia. Okay? So, sebelum tu kita nak tanya Ara, boleh tak Ara describe yourself in 3 words?
3 words. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with energetic, but also quiet at the same time, and also loud.
Macam mana loud and quiet boleh dalam satu tu? Apa pendapat Ara?
Memang sebab kalau it's not my turn to talk, I just sit there quietly. But when it's my turn to talk, even when I was a child, my sister pun cakap macam Ara tertelan mikrofon. Memang my voice projection is that way. So I'm both quiet and loud at the same time.
I see. So macam kalau Ara sendiri lah kan, kalau Ara dekat public places, adakah Ara someone yang listen to people ataupun Ara macam the one yang akan start the conversation?
I can be both, and I'm very good at doing both. When I listen to a conversation, I absorb what people are saying, then all of a sudden, I shoot back with even more bigger words.
Okay, so macam adakah Ara pernah ambil macam orang kata ujian-ujian macam extrovert, ambivert, introvert? Which one are you actually?
I am an omnivert/ambivert. I can change between both depending on who I'm with, and I can be both at the same time. Memang confusing saya ni so minta maaf.
Betul. Abang Noah pun actually ambivert. Macam I think dia macam in my opinion kalau kita ambivert ni kadang-kadang kita ambil energy daripada orang, but at the same time bila dah habis tu kita macam penat. Kita boleh jadi penat, betul tak? Macam tu. So macam sebenarnya sifat ambivert ni sesuai lah untuk orang macam kita kan. Macam kita selalu dekat dunia yang banyak jumpa orang. Tapi at the same time kita juga sukakan our alone time.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so macam mana? Okay, sekarang ni baru-baru ni kan macam Ara ada masuk pertandingan menyanyi macam TTMM, Talk to My Manager, and also Ara juga seorang yang memang fokus on academic. Adakah macam Ara sendiri memang suka dalam bidang yang macam seni ni?
Memang Ara dibesarkan dengan seni. My entire family is artistic. My grandparents, I have 2 sets of grandparents, right? One set were singers, the other one was once a theatre director, the other was a dancer, my father's a film director, my mom's a film producer, all my uncles and aunties are dancers. Memang, even when I was a child, I grew up with this arts and all the seni stuff. Even when I was a child, I always follow my atuk pergi to the theatre. So, it's memang in my zone. I understand the arts world. But at the same time, I am also focused on my academics. So, it's not really hard to balance the both because even though I'm focused on my academics, my bloodline is already filled with arts.
So, macam mana kalau macam mana Ara seimbangkan those two things? You suka juga bidang seni ni, but at the same time you suka juga academic. Macam mana you seimbangkan that two into satu untuk diri you?
I don't think I need to seimbangkan because my brain is already focused on academics, but it's already in my blood to be focused on arts. No matter what I do, arts will always be a part of me.
So, macam kalau arts, macam tadi you cakap all of your family semua macam ada dancer, ada theater, ada singer, ada film producer, ada film director. Dalam semua-semua tu, mana satu yang you rasa you akan lean on? Macam you sendiri, apakah diri you in the creative industry?
It's 100% theatre, no doubt. I am a theatre kid through and through.
Popular. Okay, so macam since you are a theatre kid kan, macam tahu tak apa cerita-cerita theatre yang you rasa macam I nak join that theatre bila datang kat Malaysia. Whether dia macam American punya show ke apa ke yang dia buat theatre kat Malaysia yang diorang adaptasikan dalam Malaysian version.
There are so many. To name a few, definitely Wicked, which is the most popular right now. Get it? That was a reference. Another one people have not heard of, but Next to Normal. It is the best theatre show ever. So if you want to watch something, 100% recommend that one. And of course, there's so many that I just can't name in top 3.
I see. Since you cakap pasal Wicked kan, sebab dalam bulan ni kita akan keluar the second punya Wicked for Good, right? So, you dah tengok dah yang first punya kan?
Yes.
Obviously, takkan tak tengok lagi tu lah. So, dalam kita tanya yang first punya tu. Yang first punya Wicked, you suka macam diorang kan keep on clock nyanyi lagu-lagu kan? Antara semua lagu-lagu tu, which one yang speak to you?
For the first one, for me, I think it's probably going to be Defying Gravity because Elphaba's my favorite character. But out of the whole thing, my favorite song is in part 2, which is No Good Deed.
No Good Deed. So, macam Abang Noel sendiri, Abang Noel actually, I know about Wicked, tahu pasal Wicked, tahu pasal theatre tu, but I never macam pernah tengok lah pasal cerita Wicked tu. After I tengok yang macam first movie tu, I fall in love dengan that show. And then Abang Noel pun rasa macam tak sabar nak tengok Wicked this 20 November nanti. And tak tahu lagi lagu apa kan, because I nak be surprised dengan lagu dia. But dah pernah dengar lagu yang For Good tu lah saat dia orang perform kan. But if you ask me, on the first movie, I like Defying Gravity. When Cynthia Erivo sings it.
All the high notes and the riffs.
Dekat movie tu, Abang Noel, I cried. Because of the singing. And also because of cerita tu lah, dia punya flow of cerita tu memang memberi kita moral and everything, right? And I don't know about this second movie, whether...
The second part's really emotional.
Oh my God.
Really.
Abang Noel kena...
Mentally prepare.
Mentally prepare and sedia tisu. But first, Abang Noel juga nak tanya juga, bila dekat rumah, kita tahu yang Ara memang minat bidang seni semua kan. Selain tu, apa juga hobi Ara bila you ada masa lapang kat rumah?
My main hobbies include watching movies, reading books, and playing piano, and of course, karaokeing everybody's ears off. Ask my brother, he is going to be so annoyed every time I take that TV remote and search up karaoke.
Pernah adakah your brother ada the same macam minat dengan you untuk nak in theatre and everything?
He didn't before this, but I can gladly say I have infected him. And now all the songs I like, he likes.
Okay, so kita dah cerita pasal you sebagai seorang Ara dalam kehidupan kat rumah. Kita tahu Ara ambil IGCSE kan? Kenapa Ara ambil IGCSE tu? Tapi sebelum tu boleh tak Ara bagi tahu IGCSE tu sebenarnya apa?
IGCSE too is like the final exams, like SPM also, but for the Cambridge version. Yeah.
So macam kenapa Ara nak ambil that ujian?
Because memang dari kecil I've been following the Cambridge syllabus because my Malay is not that strong. I'm not going to lie to you. So I've mostly been following the English curriculum. So I've been using this for my whole entire life. And I'm supposed to do it for until I'm 16 years old. But guess what? I'm 14 and I finished it. Yay!
So maksudnya bila Ara dah habis yang IGCSE tu maksudnya Ara akan terus masuk universiti?
InsyaAllah yes, next year.
Oh, okay. So kita dengar yang Ara macam nak masuk universiti, nak ambil bidang psikologi. Betul? Kenapa Ara macam nak ambil bidang tu?
Because I think the human mind is really interesting. I said before, if I don't take psychology, I'm going to probably take neurology, anything to do with otak. But this is really, there's so many parts of the brain. Imagine this one part controls your whole entire movement. Like I'm moving my arm now, that's because of the brain. I'm blinking, that's because of the brain. Everything you do is because of the brain. And I think it's so interesting. Not only does it control your movements, tapi pun your perasaan, your emotion, how you talk, how you express your feelings. I just think it's really interesting and I just want to learn more about that.
I see. So macam apa yang cabaran yang Ara dapat daripada waktu nak belajar ambil ujian macam ni?
Sebab kan everybody in my class is way older than me. The oldest in my class is like 18, 17, I'm 14. So memang susah nak catch up. Tapi insyaAllah boleh.
I see. So berapa subjek IGCSE yang Ara ambil?
Ara ambil 6 subjek.
6
tapi
subjek.
dalam 6 subjek tu ada 16 papers. Nice. Very nice.
Ya, macam mana Ara nak belajar for 16 papers tu?
Memang susah. So I have to really focus. But at the same time, I have this thing where I cannot focus if it's really silent.
I see.
So it has to be really loud around me, then I can focus. So that's why people always like, kenapa nak belajar bising-bising ni? Tapi that's how I do it, girl. It's how I live.
Oh, yelah sebab kadang-kadang orang-orang lain cara, betul tak? Macam Abang Noel pun kalau study ke apa ke Abang Noel dengan lagu. I need that macam orang kata white noise. Supaya macam kita tak adalah rasa macam diam sangat. Kadang-kadang kalau diam sangat tu kita rasa bosan kan. So at least macam kadang-kadang Abang Noel akan buka TV and I study. I just listen to what they are talking lah macam tu. So macam kalau Ara, adakah Ara pun macam tu juga? Adakah Ara macam buka TV ataupun Ara buka lagu macam tu?
All the time. Mostly I put on the TV so I can hear other people talking if no one's at home. Tapi my father, he go inside, tengok Netflix ke belajar ni. Like, I am belajar. It's just my brain is a little bit weird.
I see. It's just how kita work lah kan? Macam boleh dikatakan tu macam multitasking kan?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I say all the time. I'm multitasking but no one ever believes me.
Okay. So kita akan kadang-kadang kita akan rasa macam penat, rasa macam nak give up. Pernah tak Ara rasa macam tu?
Ada banyak kali. Tapi I push through. Boleh. Kami boleh berjaya. Yay!
So, selalunya apa yang Ara akan macam cakap kat diri Ara untuk motivate yourself?
Ada banyak kali Ara give up, but my mom is there as my positive motivator, always saying I can do it or whatever. I see myself as a negative motivator. See, orang akan cakap ini pelik, tapi kalau I'm talking to myself, you say, if you don't do this, later you become broke, you become homeless. Like that. It works.
So you macam tengok on the negative side, macam kalau tak buat benda ni, you tak berjaya semua tu, you akan jadi macam ni, macam tu lah. So macam you imagine yourself yang tak berjaya tu lah. Ada tak apa-apa tips belajar yang Ara boleh share dengan kita punya viewers?
So you have to have a routine belajar. Even if it's on weekends, still belajar no matter what. Got sumbat all into your head. Do your reading a dictionary or reading textbooks, revise semua. And then eventually you'll make it.
Dengar tak tu? So kalau korang semua macam nak belajar semua tu, kat weekend pun korang kena cuba untuk buka buku juga. Walaupun macam malas, tapi at least 30 minutes pun okey kan? Okay, so selain daripada itu juga kan, selain daripada pelajaran semua kan, kita nak tanya juga, apa your experience in Talk to My Manager hari tu?
I think sebab this is my first time entering reality show, so memang nervous, especially sebab kena judge, and then kena nyanyi, and then kena perform. I'm not very singing person, even though I'm into musical theatre. I'm into singing and acting. So I brought that into Talk to My Manager, so I can bring out my acting and singing at the same time. Tapi my singing is not that strong, but with my acting, maybe it can cover that up a little bit.
Betul lah, tapi apa yang abang tengok Talk to My Manager tu, dia macam semua. Macam acting, macam hiburan, entertaining, macam tu. And you are really entertaining waktu because orang lain semua menyanyi, serious, but you buat satu musical sendiri dekat that stage. And I macam, this one is so unique lah. This performance is so unique, and you nyanyi lagu popular. And I was like, popular. Okay, so macam if we apa yang membuatkan you nak join Talk to My Manager tu waktu tu?
Sebab I think it's good to have a new experience and pencabaran baru juga. Because sometimes you just need a good struggle to get along with your day. Also, it's a new experience. So, I've never done anything like this before. So, you know, it's interesting, menarik. It's just, yeah.
I see. So, apa performance yang you rasa paling susah waktu you masuk Talk to My Manager tu?
It's probably the one that got the most, you know, good comments, the cup song. Sebab
the anti-bullying stuff,
right? Yeah, because I had to do the focus on singing also.
I see. Berapa lama you belajar that cup choreography?
I've been knowing that song my entire life. I just brought that to the stage to show everybody I could do it. But in my heart, I knew it all along, ever since I watched Pitch Perfect.
Ya, dulu-dulu waktu Abang Noel kat sekolah dulu, ramai orang belajar benda tu semua. And I tried and I cannot, tak boleh nak tangkap tau. So macam, so sebab Pitch Perfect is also one of my favourite movie actually kan. So macam, I don't know, maybe Abang Noel sendiri suka movie yang ada banyak nyanyi kan. So, adakah Pitch Perfect tu juga influence you untuk nak macam orang kata nak jadi seorang yang dalam teater macam tu?
Mostly all the movies I watch mesti ada nyanyian, ada penari, ada buat performance. I think that really impacted my way of life a lot.
So, apa perasaan you bila you tengok all the other contestant waktu tu?
Memang tacut, saya tacut sangat. Like, I wasn't going first. I watched other people, especially the first day buat rehearsal. I sat down, I watched everybody, tiba-tiba, wow! Terkejut saya. Like that. Like, they're so powerful. Memang everybody there is so powerful at singing. And I'm just here like, hey guys.
Hey guys.
Hey.
I'm going to be a theatre kid here. Okay, so kita nak tanya selain itu, kalau dari perspektif Ara lah kan, dalam industri seni kita kan, apakah yang Ara rasa Ara boleh share your opinion on?
I think that a lot of people don't really understand seni. Even when I started singing first, they said, ni nyanyi ke cakap ni? But that is the art form of theatre, seni. So memang I'm glad to be one of the people to introduce this to a more wider audience. So now people understand theatre more, they understand singing more, and I hope to bring more of these art lovers in Malaysia so we can have more theatre stuff. Yay!
Ada tak any macam project yang one day you rasa you nak buat dekat Malaysia ni?
I think like mostly theatre stuff sebab dalam Malaysia tak ada banyak like theatre shows. even if a lot of the big companies, they do worldwide rounds, they don't usually go to Malaysia sebab Malaysia is not that big on theatre. We are big on seni, tapi there's dancing, but not much on theatre. And I think memang rugi sebab it's really interesting. If we put more into that, then we can really be very powerful.
Ya, maybe mungkin Ara nanti boleh buat Malaysia punya Broadway. So, macam Ara bawa Broadway kat Malaysia ataupun Ara buka sendiri Broadway di Malaysia. Best tu.
Yeah.
Abang Noel nak jadi. Apa perasaan Ara bila Ara sekarang ni Ara macam agak dah dikenali. Bila dekat luar tu ada tak orang macam kenal Ara?
Sebelum ni banyak orang say hi to my dad. I'm used to this, but seeing it from afar, you know, my dad saying hi. But now I get to be that person and I get to be it all for myself. And now kalau orang nak address my dad, they say hi Bapa Ara. That's right, this my Bapa and I am Ara, no longer anak Aziz and Osman.
I see. So macam ada tak any pressure dekat diri you? Macam tekanan yang rasa macam aduh, orang dah kenal aku ni, I need to be more jaga my image ke, ataupun you just I'm still going to be myself macam tu?
Memang banyak because I'm used to everyday wearing t-shirt and pants and you know my hair being messy whatever. Tapi now if people want to take picture of me, I have to look senonoh. So I cannot be selekeh like I usually am, which is very sad. But you know, that's the life, guys.
Yelah, sebab macam kita kadang-kadang kita rasa macam apa, kita nak hidup normal biasa, kita macam malas-malas macam kita nak pakai baju biasa je. Tapi sekarang bila orang dah kenal, macam bila tengah gambar kalau pakai baju selekeh nanti macam kita yang tak puas hati kan, tengok macam oh what, kenapa I look like that kan. Okay, so macam mana bila Ara dah dikenali macam tu kan, macam mana Ara sendiri jaga your privacy? Sebab obviously dekat your Instagram, your social media, semua orang dah follow you and you punya following pun dah makin naik. Dekat situ kita nak share everything about diri kita sebab social media ni diary orang kata, betul tak? Macam mana you nak jaga, nak apa yang you patut share, apa yang you tak patut share?
I think it's kind of obvious what we should share and what we shouldn't share. Like kalau buat live, ada orang juga tanya soalan yang that's not really needed for everyday life. So like sometimes you have to keep to yourself and we have to keep to ourselves. So maybe not ask so many questions, just apa yang perlu saja.
Betul. Macam mana Ara sebagai seorang public figure sekarang kan, Ara nak jadikan Ara punya platform tu something yang positif untuk your following?
I think sebab nowadays, a lot of people buat content just for likes and they don't use it for good. Like, they just do whatever. They do backflips, they do random stuff that's not function to our brain. But I can use my platform to, you know, like I've been doing it since I was a child. I've been talking a lot and people say, what, this is annoying, whatever. At least I'm spreading a message. So kalau like younger kids want to see my platform, they get new knowledge and new information.
I see. Okay, so macam bagi Ara sendiri lah kan, ada tak struggle bila Ara pakai social media tu? In your own opinion atau in your own experience?
I think ada juga sometimes. Like we have to be careful about what we share, about what other people perceive us as. But so far, so good.
What kind of content yang you akan selalu tengok bila dekat social media? Macam IG Reels atau TikTok or Shorts macam tu?
Mostly TikTok and Reels, but I don't really understand why people like to watch like the weird stuff. For one, my FYP is full of either people talking important stuff, people singing important stuff, or people acting important stuff.
I see. So you tahu tak pasal brain rot?
Yeah,
So
my brother.
what's your opinion on that?
I think it's so confusing. First of all, AI, I am very against AI, so I don't know why they want to use these cartoons for AI. Second of all, memang pelik. Benda-benda dia pelik. Ada, apa ni, ada shark with feet and then ada kayu, ada ni, ada semua. Tapi my brother memang minat benda ni. So, memang confusing kenapa dia suka. But like, okay, you do you.
I see. So macam isu brain rot ni actually memang macam for me, for Abang Noel sendiri, yes, it's so weird. Sebab kita dulu my experience, Abang Noel tengok kartun yang memang kartun.
Yeah.
But right now, people sekarang tengok kartun yang macam tu, and it's just too weird.
Yeah,
I don't,
exactly.
and sometimes diorang punya apa yang diorang sampaikan tu tak ada isi. Betul tak? So macam so are you against that kind of thing lah kan?
Yes, very against.
Kita nak teruskan. Bila since you dah habis your IGCSE exam, so you are tengah prepare untuk masuk universiti kan? So apa yang you harapkan bila you dah masuk universiti nanti?
I actually don't know what to expect at all because I've heard that sekolah and university very different.
Yeah.
But I don't see why because you learn at both places, so I don't know what to expect. I can be a little takut sometimes, but new experiences means new fun. Yay!
Yay! Apa yang you harapkan dengan kita punya viewers lah, kalau one day diorang pun ada satu cita-cita kan? You boleh tak macam bagi a few nasihat kepada diorang?
Nasihat I want to give is don't give up on your dream. Pursue that. Do whatever it takes to achieve that goal. Study, revise, even though it seems like so much work. You can do it. Don't be malas. Be motivating. Be energetic. And you can do it. Yay! And a little message to the parents. If your child gives up, you don't give up because you are their support system. So you have to support them, get them back up standing on their feet, and if you can do it, they can do it even better.
Last question lah kan. Okay, kita nak tanya Ara. Bila in 10 years, Ara nampak siapa? Siapakah Ara in 10 years?
I'm probably, maybe, inshallah, going to be a doctor for psychology at my young age of, if 10 years, 24, which is very early, and I'm going to be studying overseas and getting a doctorate in psychology, and I'm going to be very happy, and hopefully all the struggle will not be for nothing. Yay!
Yay! Boleh tak kalau kita nak tanya macam, Ara dah tahu ke Ara nak belajar dekat mana? When you say you nak belajar kat luar negara kan, which country yang you nak pergi?
I've always wanted to study in London, but since I am a young child, I'm probably going to get it like even after university maybe because I can't go yet because I decided to take it while I'm so young.
Yeah.
But inshallah, maybe in a few years when I'm older, then I can go.
Yeah, when you take your master ataupun your PhD, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, kita dah habis dah dengan soalan kita. Memang hari ni Abang Noel seronok sebab Abang Noel macam, ada friends yang minat Wicked and love theatre and also watch Pitch Perfect semua tu. Memang Abang Noel rasa macam boleh relate lah dengan Ara semua tu. And also kita juga boleh dengar yang Ara punya experience in ambil ujian IGCSE untuk nak masuk universiti dalam umur yang sangat-sangat muda kan. So, kita nak cakap terima kasih Kak Ara sebab sudi datang podcast kita untuk share and bagi inspirasi dekat kita punya viewers. So, kita nak minta macam Ara macam give a few message lah, last message lah kepada kita punya viewers macam tu.
Last message is if you have a dream, pursue it. Don't give up. Don't fall down. If you do, stand right back up.
Jadi, itu saja kita punya podcast OMG. Oh, macam gitu. Untuk kita punya kali ni. Korang semua jangan lupa like, share, komen dan subscribe YouTube channel Bintang Kecil tau. Okay, itu saja. Bye-bye.
Bye.